Good morning, good afternoon, or good evening, depending on where you are in the world. My name is Luke, and this session is being run for Swoosh English and Connetics. And today we are going to be looking at task ones and specifically line graphs. So it has just gone 2:30 here in the UK. There is some background noise here, but hopefully it doesn't interfere. They are conducting some firing tests just down the road, but I think with the headphones we should be okay. Okay, so welcome everybody to this stream, and let's get started. So today we are going to be looking at line graph vocabulary. Line graphs are a very common type of task one, and lots of students can describe them, but they find it difficult to describe them well. So let's take a look at line graphs and some of the vocabulary that you might use to improve some of those scores. So as I said, line graphs, you may have to describe a line graph in task one. Line graphs show changes over a period of time. So when you look at the line graph, there's two lines, the x-axis along the bottom, the horizontal axis, the y-axis up the side, the vertical axis. That x-axis along the bottom in a line graph is almost always time. They have a very specific set of vocabulary, and as we discussed in one of the previous videos, we looked at bar charts and the way that you handle bar charts. Look back at that video on the YouTube channel, because we do cover why you need to be very, very careful when you're applying line graph vocabulary to bar charts. And today we're going to look at some of the things that makes line graph vocabulary a little bit different. So in the comments there, Elena, welcome. Lovely to have you joining us. Hi, Kyor, returning as well. Great to have you coming along from Myanmar. Oh, wow, lovely. And Shristi there as well in the comments. Hi, Alice. Lovely to have you joining us. Thanks for coming along, guys. So let's take a look at line graphs and some bar charts, but you have to be really careful with bar charts. Do look back on the YouTube channel at that earlier video talking about the problems people can have with bar charts. So here we can see a very, very basic example of a line graph. As you can see, along the x-axis at the bottom there is time, and up the side on the y-axis you have data. Good evening, Gail. Thank you for coming along. And Eagle, lovely to have you with us as well. So welcome everyone to the stream. Right, describing line graphs. So line graphs can be described in several ways. You may be talking about the direction of change. Is it rising? Is it falling? Is it staying level? That is a really important thing to describe in the line graph. And you may use some of that vocabulary for bar charts as well, describing over time whether something is going up or down. If you have time on the bar charts, you may talk about directions of change. It rose, it fell. This is the big difference, and where you need to be a little bit careful. You have the size of the change. Some of those words will include ideas about speed. So remember, if you have a bar chart with long distances or long time gaps in between each of the measurements, you may not be using any of those speed words. So the size of a change could also include the rate or speed of a change, and that is where you have to be careful with the bar charts. And the duration of a trend as well. So the duration of a trend, how long did it last? That's a prepositional phrase. It's a period of time. So in the first 5 days, something happened. Or between the year 2000 and 2002, if the time along the bottom there is years. Again, between 2000 and 2002, what happened? Give the direction and size of change. Hi, Jay Shree joining us as well. Good evening or good afternoon here, but good evening there. Yeah, lovely to have you joining us. And Bert, hi, Bert, coming back from the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia there. Remember, when you're doing your task 1, you don't usually need to describe everything in lots of detail. If you do, you could limit your score quite badly. If you look at the task 1 band descriptors, under band 5, it says there is a tendency to focus on detail. And lots of students have this problem with their line graphs. They just give too much. If you're writing 250 words in a line graph, you are probably focusing too much on detail. There's no maximum word count. That's true. But if you are giving all of the data in very, very boring detail on the line graph, you are probably giving too much detail. So group the trends. And we're going to look at one example actually where there is quite a big grouping of the trend. Remember to focus on significant data or the main patterns. You don't need to give every number on the line graph. So be a bit careful with that. So here we have a very basic line graph, and as you can see on the left with the line graph, there are different letters at each point on the line graph. On the right over there, you can see I've given letters with different phrases to describe the trend. So I'll give you a minute, just look through those, and then we're going to try and match phrases on the right with the trends. So number 1 there, you've got A to B. Yeah, it goes down and then back up a bit. How would you describe that? B to C, you've got quite a big drop there. So here we have some line graph vocabulary that combines both the size, direction, and speed of change. And that vocabulary, you would have to be very, very careful before using it in a bar chart. You should think very carefully about the length of time between the length of time between the different points on a bar chart before you start using vocabulary like this. You then have number 3, you've got B to D. So how would you describe that using our words? Then we've got D to E. How would we describe that? Oh yeah, that's quite a big change, isn't it? Which direction is it going? Which word could we match? E itself, how would we describe what is happening at point E? Then E to G, look at that. That is a huge grouped trend. So when I say grouping the trends, that's what they've done. E to G, describing all of those changes in just one sentence summarizing, but there is some important data there at F, so make sure you include that as well. So just have a think about it. Then if we look on the right, A hit a low, B fell and then leveled off. Fell and then leveled off. What is that describing? C plummeted, D soared, E dipped, F fluctuated, and G hit a peak. So just take those and try and match them. Yeah, numbers 1 to 7, which match there. So A to B, how could we describe that? Which of these things could we use? Which of these phrases for your line graph could we use for number 1, A to B? Any ideas? Just pop them in the comments. Welcome everybody to the stream. Got quite a good number of viewers today, so welcome along everyone. How are we going to describe that? A to B goes down and up again. Which of those words could you use? Does it hit a low? Does it fall and then level off? Good, Zab. Zab saying fluctuated. Fluctuating is more, going down and up a lot. Yeah. Hi, Zab. Welcome. Fluctuated. Okay, number 1, Ella has got it. Yeah, but not fluctuated. It goes down. If it was fluctuating, it would go down, up, down, up, down, up. Yeah, it would do it more than once. So number one, people there fell and leveled off. Not quite. That's a dip. Yeah, if it dips, it goes down and then back up. Usually dips are fairly small as well. Okay, so number one there, we've got E. And I believe, Ella, well done, you got that. Number two, B to C. Very big drop. What do we think for number two? Very big drop. Yeah, good, Darren, for number one. Darren has got dips for number one. Well done, Darren. Number two, B to C, very big drop. Which word there means to drop very sharply? Any ideas? To hit a low? Yeah, maybe. Hit a low. Is it the all-time low? Is it the lowest point on the graph? Hit a low you're probably using to describe the lowest point on the graph. Okay, well done, Rose. Rose has got it. Hit a low, I would say, A, you're looking for the lowest point on the graph. I'm just giving you the answer to one of them. Yeah. Okay, so B to C, as a couple of people have got, it's plummeted. Plummet means to fall very, very sharply. Yeah, so if hopefully it doesn't happen, if I'm sort of standing on top of the waterfall and I fall off the cliff, I will plummet into the pool below. So number two, we've got plummeted. Number three, B to D. Some people are giving B to D for number two. Look at the trend there, B to D. What happens after it falls? Yeah, good, Eagle, on number two. Good on number two. B to D, it kind of falls, or it goes down, and then it goes a bit flat, doesn't it? So what have we got for number three? Good, Nick. Well done, Nick. Nick's got it there. Yeah, good, Ella. Good. Good, Gail. Oh, not quite, Patchu. Patchu, if it's fluctuating, it's going up and down a lot. Yeah, three. Good. Well done, guys. Three, we've got B. It fell and then leveled off. Yeah. D to E, that is a very, very big change. And it's going up. Which word there? Very big change, going up. And I can guess what some people, before you say hit a peak, look at number five. Yeah. Okay, good. Good, Zab. Well done, Zab. Yeah. Four. Everybody's rushing ahead a bit too far there. They haven't looked at number five. Make sure you do check number five. D, sword. Yeah, good. Everybody's, after I've told you, look at number five. Everybody's saying it. Yeah. So D to E is the point at which it hits the peak. So number five, E, that is G, hitting a peak. Hitting a peak just describes E. The process of getting there, soaring, rising rapidly, rising sharply. Yeah. Soar, this is actually idiomatic vocabulary. Usually when we talk about things soaring, we mean a bird flying very high in the sky. That is what it means to soar. You might see that word S-O-A-R, soar, for birds flying. The bird soared. Number five, then, we've got hit a peak. Yeah, good. Okay, good, everybody, for number five. Number six. Oh, there we go. E to G, going up and down a lot there. What have we got for number six? E to G. Which one is that? Any ideas? Okay, good, Bert. That's that one. Yeah. Lots of people thinking this one for, yeah, good, Nick. Good. Good, Darren, Zab. Yeah, okay, everybody's got it now. So that one, E to G, that is a fluctuation. Yeah, it's not just going down and up once, it down, up, down, up, down. Okay, so a fluctuation is quite a big pattern. A to B, that is not a fluctuation because it goes down and up. It doesn't keep doing it. It only does it once. Fluctuation continues. So number 6 is fluctuated. And so number 7, the lowest point on the graph, how might we describe that? Yeah, good, Ella. Oh, F. Okay, Joyce is giving us number 6. Yeah, good, Joyce. Good, bros. Yeah, and then number 7, hit a low. You could also use this phrase, the all-time low. Pop that in the comments for you, the all-time low, the lowest point on the graph. If you're talking about it hitting a low, that will be the lowest point on the graph. You're only going to use it once, but it's quite good vocabulary. Okay. Yeah. Hi, Kishore. Welcome back. Well done, Yen. Yeah, good. Right, so good, Pachu. Yeah, well done, Darren. Right, so there are the answers, guys. So just putting them into order there for you. This will go onto YouTube, so if you want to watch back, you will be able to pause this screen. But let's move on now quickly and look at a much simpler graph. And here we have a much simpler graph. The changes here are nowhere near as big. So the problem, you've got all of that really nice line graph vocabulary, things like plummeted, soared. You're not going to be using it for a graph like this. If you got a graph like this, there would probably be 4 or 5 different lines and you'd have to do lots of comparison. So for this one, this would be loads of comparison. If you only get 2 or 3 lines like this, that is a difficult task because there's not much to say. And, you know, you might give details in that case that you wouldn't have given in the previous graph because you need to hit the word count. So if you got 2 lines like this, that would be a very hard task one, actually. It looks simple, but the problem is showing your vocabulary with that is quite difficult. So number 1, A to B. Yeah, good, Bert, jumping straight on it. Yeah, good. Well done, Ella. Yeah, good. So it's now, be very careful with this word again, gradually in your bar charts. If the change isn't very big and it takes place, or if the change is quite big, it's taking place over 10 years, it's difficult to use this word. I would not use this word in a bar chart unless it was 1 year after another. If you've got gaps of 10 years, you avoid speed words like gradually. Yeah, good, everyone. So everybody is saying B for number 1. Number 2, then, it goes flat. What does it do? Good, Darren. Good, Bert. Yeah, really good. Well done, Gail. Number 2, everybody is getting ahead of me there. Yeah, 2, remain stable. Nice. We should have done this one first, probably. Yeah, nice. Well done, everyone. This one is a lot less confusing. The trends are very gentle. And then number 3. Number 3, good, Ella. Yeah, well done, Eagle on number 2. Darren, number 3, well done. Yeah, good. So number 3, we've got, so number 1, sorry, we've got B, rose gradually. Number 2, giving us D, remains stable. 3, goes down and up again. That's a dip. And it's a very small dip, so dipped slightly. If this was a more detailed graph like you had in the first task, you probably wouldn't describe this change. But because it's too small and it's too much detail, on this graph where there's not much detail at all, it's quite a good way to get some extra words and extra vocabulary. Okay, and then number 4, as everybody is, so number 3 is giving us dip slightly. Then number 4 gives us which fell gradually. Okay, good. Well done, everybody. Quite difficult, some of this line graph vocabulary. This video is going to be on YouTube. On YouTube, you can also find that other video about the bar charts that I've mentioned a couple of times. So make sure you go back and find that one, because people can have difficulty with the bar charts. There we have the answers. A to B rose gradually. B to C remained stable. 3 down and up again. C to D goes down and then up, dipped slightly, and then 4, it fell gradually. Okay, so well done, everybody. Yeah, not the easiest tasks there, but thanks for coming along. Really appreciate you guys joining us after the end of your busy days and your shifts. All very busy. So yeah, well done, everybody. I hope that was useful. This video will stay up, so you will be able to review it as well. In the meantime, that's all we've got time for today. So thank you, everybody, for coming along. Really great to have such a global audience. And take care, everybody. And we will see you again next time on Thursday at the slightly later time of 4 p.m. UK time. You're welcome, Ella, Gail, Zab, Darren, yeah, Alice, you're welcome. Bert, absolutely my pleasure. Thanks for coming along, guys. Really great to see you, and I'll see you again next time. Bye-bye. You're welcome, Elena.